All right, if you were watching on YouTube, give me just 1 minute. I'm just going to get everybody else online. Chat. As you guys might have guessed, we're going to be talking about the importance of follow-up today. Awesome. So I'm live there. Awesome. And on YouTube. So good afternoon, everybody. How are y'all doing? What a great day it has been. Actually, it's been a great month. With the launch of Macmillan Pros and everything we've got going on there, it has been a crazy time trying to go live for you guys because of all the catch up I'm having to do. One of the clients I've got, their former web developer passed away unexpectedly, and so I've been trying to catch up for the last 3 months, or catch up their site dating back 3 months within the last month that I've been working. So that's part of the reason why I haven't been able to go live, is because it's just been crazy busy. And so I'm in the process now of quite possibly bringing somebody on freelance in order to help me with my other clients for a little bit. But welcome. This week, if you haven't guessed already, we're going to be, hey, Smith, how are you? Welcome to this week's Let's Chat. Glad you're here. Where are you from? I'm always enjoying meeting new people. Speed Buggy, welcome. Where are you from? Man, I love it. You guys are coming online like crazy today. We are going live right now on 5 different platforms. So if I miss you, forgive me. We're on Periscope over here, which is linked to my Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook on my Mac, and Instagram on my phone. So I can keep pretty universal throughout all of the major platforms that I use. But if you haven't guessed, this week we're going to be talking about the importance of follow up. And why is that so important? Why is it so vital to learn the skill of follow up? And I'm going to tell you why. It's because your average person takes roughly somewhere between 4 and 6 impressions of whatever it is you have to offer before they'll come on board. So a lot of people fail in network marketing simply because they haven't learned the skill of follow up. Of course, you want to be jazzed and you always want to have energy and be positive, and that's good. Don't get me wrong. But if you don't have the skill of follow up, you're going to become probably pretty discouraged, from my opinion, if you don't learn this skill. Okay, especially with the number of times as it takes for somebody to get on board, you got to learn how to follow up, and you got to stay creative about it. You don't want to bug anybody. Don't get me wrong. Hey, Patel, how are you? Welcome to this week's Let's Chat. Where are you from? I'm always interested to know where everybody is from that I talk to. So in follow up, you don't want to bother anybody. You don't want to seem pushy. You don't want to get on to them if they haven't done what you asked them to do, what they said they were going to do. You need to be calm about it. You need to be level headed about it, and just keep that positive vibe going. Okay, one of the key things that I have learned is with every exposure, it's not about getting people to sign up or getting people to try a product. The point of every exposure is to have another exposure. Okay, so when you're thinking about that in terms of follow up, that's the whole point of your follow up. You want to keep people engaged and you want to create another exposure. So I had somebody on here about a month ago, and I really kind of hope they come back now. They were fired up. They bought a copy of GoPro, which I highly recommend everybody do, and they said they were ready for a change, and then they dropped off the face of the planet. I haven't been able to get a hold of them. I haven't been able to get in touch with them. Hey, how are you? Welcome to this week's Let's Chat. Let me know where you're from, okay? I'm trying to catch everybody's comments, so you guys just bear with me. So, of course, like every other week, I've got a drink with me just to be able to keep going with you guys. So, here's what you're going to do. Every time you come in contact with somebody about your product, your service, whatever it may be. Like mine is Macmillan Professionals. It's also Macmillan Wellness. It's also SteveMcMillan.org. I mean, I've got several sites out there that kind of tie in together, but everybody's going to have a different need. So your job, your mission in all this is to follow up with people, gauge what it is exactly they're interested in, and then every time you make an exposure, every time you follow up, it's going to be geared towards what their interest is. Excuse me. So for right now, I'm leaning more towards people that want to feel healthy, but also the big one that I'm working on, what Macmillan Professionals key is helping people gain a digital presence. Now, I know a lot of you might think, well, social media is easy. I mean, it's not hard to set up a page. You're right, it's not. But a lot of people either don't have the time to do it or they can't just quite figure it out. For them, it's not as easy as it is for other people. And so that's where Macmillan Professionals comes in. We help you guys get that digital presence that you're looking for. But if you don't follow up with the people that are interested that need that service, they're not going to know where to go the next time. They're going to find somebody else. And believe me, it will happen. Okay. I can't tell you how many times I've lost potential clients and customers and everybody else because I didn't follow up. I didn't have that skill that I needed. So right now, I have a current income based off Macmillan Professionals. Okay. I know what that is. That tells me what that annual is what my worth is right now, meaning I need to be able to grow in order to bump that number higher. Okay. So if I have a goal, let's say of 100,000 a year, and I'm only making a tenth of that, if my goal is 100,000, then there are skills that I need to develop. One of them could quite even be follow up to get those people in and help them and provide them with what I need. Hey, Ranger, welcome. Great to have you this week. Let me know where you're from in the comments. I'll try to catch them if I can. So this skill is probably one of the top skills that you need to learn if you're going to succeed in anything you do, whether it's network marketing, whether it's going to a 9-to-5 job, whether it's who knows what it could be, some sort of service profession that you offer or that you're a part of, you need to learn how to follow up so that you can succeed in reaching the goal that you want to reach. Okay. Let me just flip over here to Facebook real quick. Make sure I'm not missing any comments over there, which I'm not. Great. So let me ask you guys something. What is it that you guys provide that you are particularly good at that you provide to other people? Okay, let me hear from you. I think I lost somebody over here. No big deal. We'll gain them back. That's not a problem. And you see, that's another thing. No matter how many times you follow up with somebody, they may not stick around, and that's okay. One of the examples that Eric gives in his book, GoPro, is how you go to make an appointment with somebody and you set a specific time. I'll message her in just a little bit. This week, I actually get to go by my YouTube live stream because it's a better clock this week for a change. So the example that Eric gives is this. Let's say you've succeeded. You've made that exposure. You've made that time. Somebody's interested. They want to check out what it is you have to offer. You set a time. Let's say it's going to be Tuesday at 4:00. Okay. You're going to ask them. You're not going to be direct. You're not going to make the time for them. You're going to say something to the effect of, okay, you want to check this out. When do you think you could look at this material? They tell you Monday. Say, okay, so if I call you on Tuesday, you would have seen it, right? Yes. Great. I'll see you at what time? Whatever that time may be. 4:00, 5:00, whatever it is. They say, okay, great. Talk to you then. Okay. You just made you just had an exposure that led to another exposure. Okay. So now here comes Tuesday. You call them at 5:00. Hey, this is so and so. Did you have an opportunity to look at this? They say no. Here is where people will make the mistake. Well, wait a minute. I thought you said you were going to be able to look at this. What happened? Guys, life happens. Not everything is going to work according to plan. And if you really think that's going to happen, you might be in for a bit of a disappointment, but that's okay. It's a matter of learning. Okay? Every experience you have, look at it as a learning experience, not a lose or win, a failure or a success. It's a learning experience. What can you do better the next time around? Okay? So, in terms of follow up, you've called them. This is your follow up. Hey, did you look at this information I gave you? They say, no, I didn't get a chance. Okay, that's okay. Don't breathe down their neck saying, hey, I thought you said you were going to do this. No, you're going to lose them forever if you do that. Okay, I'm telling you right now, you will lose your prospect. Instead, be kind about it. Look at it from a different angle. Life happens. You understand that too, right? So you look at them and you say, okay, well, when do you think you could look at this for sure, for sure? I know that sounds silly. Even Eric suggests that that sounds silly, but it helps people really nail down a time when they can look at what it is you have to offer and get back to you. Okay, so if they say, well, I could actually look at it, Friday would be better for me. Okay, what time? Make them set the time. They have to go into their own calendar in their own life and figure out what time would be best to meet back up with you, especially because if this is something new to them, they're going to have to fit it into their routine. And sometimes that can be a little more difficult than others. That's okay. Okay, don't get all stressed about this. They tell you, okay, Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, great. I'll contact you then. Friday comes around, you ask them if they reviewed it. They tell you yes. Awesome, you've succeeded. Now it's time to follow up to schedule another exposure. The exposures don't ever stop unless you fail to follow up with those exposures. Okay, do you see how exposures and follow ups really kind of work together? If you don't, then I've done a horrible job at explaining this, okay, which is entirely possible. I have some learning yet to grow myself, okay, but every time you miss an exposure, that's a follow up that you've missed, and now you've lost. I don't want to say lost. Loss is a bad word. You've missed the opportunity to educate somebody even more. Okay, does that make sense? Every exposure, especially in network marketing, we're not here to sell. Okay, that's where everybody thinks, oh, I can't do network marketing. Network marketing, I'm not a salesperson. I don't like to sell things. Network marketing is not about selling things. Pushing product and providing services, that's what we do. But the heart of what we do, that's what our goal is. But the heart of what we do is guidance and education. Every follow-up that you do needs to be geared towards educating somebody further about what got them interested in the first place. Okay, so for instance, you guys have heard me talk about Shackley in the past, right? You're going to start hearing me talk about Macmillan Professionals a lot more too, okay? Both of those require the skill of follow-up, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Okay? Here's what you're going to do. Every time I come in contact with somebody that needs something. Okay? Let's say it's my best friend that happens to live 10 hours away and he's struggling to catch a decent night's sleep because he just simply can't get his brain to shut down well enough. Okay, here's where you'll go. Hey, bud, I know you're having trouble with this. I have a way to help you out. If I gave you some information, would you be willing to check it out? They say, sure. You say, okay, great. This is what it is. Give them the link, give them the brochure, give them your business card, whatever it is. Something that has a way for them to review the material. You give them the material, you say, okay, when do you think you'll have a chance to review this by? They tell you Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Great. So if I call you Wednesday at 5, do you think you would have seen it by then? They tell you yes. You say, great, we'll talk more then. And cut it off. Stop right there. The whole conversation's over. Tell them goodbye. Tell them you'll talk to them later. And hang up. Leave it at that. Your next exposure comes Wednesday at 5 o'clock or 10 o'clock or whatever time it is, right? You call them on Wednesday. Hey, did you have a chance to review the material? They say yes. You say great. Do not ask them what they think. Okay? This is a big one. It seems natural to do that, but I'm telling you now, you'll have very little success, if any at all. Okay? You want to tell them, what did you like best? Stay positive. Okay? If you give them any open door into negativity, it's going to go down that way, and there's a good chance they'll never come back. So stay positive. So your buddy's interested in something that'll help them sleep better. You've given them the material. They've looked at it. What did you like best? They answer the question. You say, okay, great. So if I had a way for you to try it, do you think you'd be able to order it and then talk with me again once it comes in? They say yes. Say, okay, great. Right then and there. This is where it's key to always be prepared. Have them place the order right then and there. Okay, this will go one of two ways. If you offer a discount for members or distributors, or it's just retail, doesn't matter. Have them place the order. At that point, you need to know how long on average it takes for them to expect what they ordered. If it's 2 days, you say, okay, great. This will be here in 2 days. I'll call you then. Do you think we could talk about it on Wednesday? Or better yet, make them make the decision. Okay, it'll be here then. When would be a good time for you to have tried it and we talk about it again? They say this date at this time. Great. So I'll call you back at that time on this day. That's your next exposure. Okay? Exposures never stop. But you don't want to schedule an unnecessary exposure. Okay? Every exposure should have a point. All of them. Even this one here, this video that we're doing, this Let's Chat, it has a point. The point is follow-up. It is key to learn the skill of follow-up. Every exposure is a follow-up. Okay? This is their opportunity to really start learning about what it is you have to offer. Now, in case of mine and my business, well, one of my businesses, we actually have a product that could help you sleep a little better. Okay, it's called Gentle Sleep Complex. In the example I just gave you, it'll take about 5 to 8 days for you to receive it in the mail, standard shipping. Okay, so if I know that ahead of time, which you should, you need to take the time to learn your website, learn your back office. Hey, Bob, how are you? Welcome to this week's Let's Chat. Where are you from? Want to know about you. I always love getting to meet new people. Man, I am all over my words today, aren't I? So you want to be energized about the follow-up. You want to be enthusiastic about it. Gear people towards what your follow-up is for in the first place. If it's for product, then it needs to be for product. If it's for becoming a member, then gear them towards membership. Whatever it may be, keep your follow-ups on point. Okay? Lead them to where you want them to go. Guys, this is an exciting skill. I love developing this skill because it gives me the opportunity to see where I need to improve in order to be more successful in my own business. Okay, now I told you I've got two. One of them is Macmillan Pros. Macmillan Professionals, what we do is offer you guys a digital presence in a digital world, whether that's through social media, web development, web maintenance, whatever that may be, even logo design to an extent, okay? Along with in-home IT care. If you need something from a new network cable to helping me connect your Alexa device, whatever it may be, that's what Macmillan Professionals offers. We offer those services to you so that you don't have to worry about it. Okay? The other business, Macmillan Wellness. Okay? Everything falls under Macmillan Professionals, but there are different branches of McMillan Professionals. McMillan Wellness is geared towards helping you feel better more so than you do right now or launching your own business in the first place. Pay attention to what people need. What they need will help you gear your follow-ups, but don't let those go. Okay? Even if you start a follow-up today, if you find a new lead today and 10 months from now they sign up, doesn't matter as long as you're right there. I told you the average person is going to take 4 to 6, right? It might even be 10. Some people maybe prospect for years before they join up. But as long as you're there, they won't forget you. I have people now, in fact, that I'm going to be talking to tomorrow that at one point had a distributor and their distributor moved away. Thanks to drop shipping, which if you don't know what that is, we'll talk about that at another point. Okay? Colin, how are you? Welcome to this week's Let's Chat. Let me know where you're from, okay? Part of me thinks you're from overseas. Don't know. Just guessing. To the person watching me on YouTube, say hi. Let me know where you're from. So every person you come in contact with gives you an opportunity to create a follow-up, okay? No matter what it is, no matter what you're doing, follow up. This is one of the top skills that you need to learn in any profession, but especially network marketing. Okay, I told you about the person I was going to talk to tomorrow, right? This is going to be my follow-up. We talked last week. She told me last week that she had a distributor she used to buy from. The distributor moved away. They never heard from him again. Being online gives you the opportunity to stay in touch with people no matter where your business is in the world. Okay, now mine is globally now. McMillan Professionals can help anybody in just about every country. Okay, McMillan Wellness, however, a branch of McMillan Professionals, is only offered in 7 countries around the world. It's okay. The point is, because of technology, a follow-up is now not following up with somebody is your decision to not succeed. Does that make sense? You have the ability now, no matter where you are in the world, to follow up with anybody at any time, anywhere. It is your job to keep them interested. Okay? And you do that simply by just following up. Guys, believe it or not, we're coming up on the last 7 minutes of this week's Let's Chat. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week if I have an opportunity to go next week. Let's see. Next week is November 9th. Where am I supposed to be? I think I'm supposed to be in Katy for a chili cook-off at my folks' house in Katy. I think that's where I'm supposed to be. I'll have to double check on that one. If we get an opportunity to chat next week, I want to hear from you guys. What is the one skill in network marketing that you struggle with? Okay, as we wrap up, as we come down to the last 6 minutes, I'm going to offer you, I want you guys to go check this out. Okay, www.mcmillanpros.com. And we'll put it here on this one. www.mcmillanpros.com. Okay, that is my site. Here, put it here real quick. Cancel. Ooh, I want to say something. There we go. www.mcmillanpros.com. Host. Cool. I'm glad that worked. Okay, so there's that one. I've got it on YouTube. I've got it on Periscope now, and we'll post it up here on Facebook. Okay, so that's one site. Okay, that is my site. That is what we do. That is where you get an opportunity to check and see what we're all about. Okay, here's another one. This one, McMillanWellness.com, is my store. Everything Shackley that you could possibly want is right here. Okay. For those of you on Instagram, let me try and post that real quick. And then the next one I'm going to give you is probably one of the ones that has helped me out the most. And that is GoPro.com. So let me post that real quick. I want you guys to go check this site out. This is my mentor. This guy is who has helped me really develop my skills into network marketing. Okay, so we'll post this one here. I want you guys to go get a copy of this book. It's GoPro with Eric Worre, and if you get the digital copy, you also get a speech that he did that is by far my favorite speech to this point. YouTube. I encourage all of you to go get this book. This book has been amazing. This book has been amazing for me and what it has done to transform my skills as they were to become a network marketing professional. This is what helped me grow and have the confidence I need to start McMillan Professionals. This takes every skill I've got and every skill I'm going to have and throw them into one umbrella, throw them under one umbrella to help you guys the best I possibly can. Okay, so here we are, the last 3 minutes. I'm going to open this up to you guys. I want to hear from you. What is it that you're needing to develop in order to succeed? Because here's the deal. I can be a resource for you. Yeah. My phone just told me it was low on power. It's fine. We're going to wrap up here in a few minutes anyway. I can be a resource for you, but if you succeed, it's going to be because you succeeded. If you failed, it's going to be because you failed. And that might sound harsh, and I'm sorry about that, but I can't do the work for you. You have to do it. I can be a resource for you, but my goal is to make you as independent from me as fast as I possibly can. I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. But I encourage you to get a copy of GoPro. This book has been amazing and it has been a life-changing experience for me. And I listened to it repeatedly on my iPod. Yes, I said iPod. I'm a little old school. Give me a break. My iPod still works great. So I keep using it. It's permanently attached to my car. This book has been unreal. I meditate. Welcome. How are you? Welcome to this week's Let's Chat. Where are you from? I want to hear from you. I actually have some friends that do yoga to meditate. They say it helps out great. I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. I'm not brave enough and or flexible enough. But here we are, the last few seconds of this week's Let's Chat. Next week, if we get an opportunity to come on here, let's see, what are we going to do? The importance of advertising. Yeah. We're going to cover advertising and whether or not you think newspapers are old school, if they're still good, or if social media is the way to go or not go. I want to hear from you. Be thinking about that this week. That is my assignment for you guys, is to think about advertising and what you think works and what doesn't. What works for you and what doesn't work for you. Not everybody's the same. You guys have a fantastic day. I'm off to go work on another client. Make the most of the day, you guys. This is your only opportunity to make the most of it. It's a great day. It's a beautiful day. Go out, make the most of it. We'll talk to y'all later. Y'all take care.